5 jobs that GPT-4 is going to crush. Absolutely, they're going to do a better job than human being in these 5 roles. What are those 5 roles? How GPT-4 is doing better than human is what exactly we're going to see in this video with the prompt. To start with, what are those 5 roles? The first one is a travel planner. The second one is a junior developer, and the third one is a social media content creator, and the fourth one is a junior technical writer, and the fifth one is a technical or teaching assistant, a technical teaching assistant. So starting from a travel planner till the teaching assistant, how GPT-4 is going to replace these roles is what exactly we're going to see in this video, starting with the prompt for the travel planner. Let's get started. I've got GPT-4 with me. As you know, I can send only 25 messages every 3 hours. But to start with, I want to ask it for travel planning. Let's say I want to go to Dubai. I live in Bangalore. I want to go to Dubai and I want to come back from Dubai. While I'm in Dubai, I want to do 3 things for sure: desert safari, scuba diving, skydiving, and at least I want to see sightseeing. What did I say? Sightseeing. Add few places for sightseeing. So I want GPT-4 to tell me a trip, like to prepare itinerary for me, where I go from Bangalore to Dubai and then start back from Dubai. While I'm there, I need to do these 3 things. So it needs to suggest me places. It needs to include this in my itinerary, and also it needs to give me some sightseeing. Let me send it to GPT-4. It says, sounds like you are in for an adventurous and exciting trip. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much, GPT-4. Here is a suggested itinerary for your journey from Bangalore to Dubai and back, including the activities I've mentioned and some time for sightseeing. So this itinerary assumes a 10-day trip, but feel free to adjust. Okay. Day 1, depart from Bangalore, arrive in Dubai, check into your hotel, rest and explore the local area. Cool. Day 2, Dubai sightseeing, visit iconic Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, explore Dubai Mall, its famous attractions like aquarium. I always wanted to go to the aquarium. Underwater zoo, I like underwater zoo as well. Wander around the beautiful Jumeirah beach and see the stunning Burj Al Arab. Then desert safari day 3, and where you can do dune bashing, camel riding, sandboarding and BBQ dinner. And day 4, skydiving in Dubai. Experience the thrill of skydiving, and it exactly knows where I can do skydiving, which is Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Marina. Scuba diving. I know for sure that I cannot do scuba diving in Dubai, and GPT-4 also knows it for sure. So it's asking me to go to Fujairah, which is another emirate, and or it's suggesting another place where I can do scuba diving, and then it's asking me to come back to Dubai and also visit Global Village. Then Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, and return back to Dubai. And day 7, sightseeing leisure, Palm Jumeirah, Atlantis Hotel, Kite Beach. Okay. Day 8, adventurous activities. What all things we can do, it has mentioned. See museum, historical site. Day 9, last minute shopping. Traditional souks, gold souk, spice souk, where you buy spices, and gold souk is where you buy gold. Even if you don't buy, you can just visit it. And then cultural hub. And day 10, you return from Dubai and come back, check out from the hotel, come back to Bangalore. Remember to book your activities and make sure to check any restrictions, COVID-19, because I think it has got data, 2021 data. This is quite good. Like if I have to go to a place, one, I would most likely hire a travel planner, or I would go to a place where people actually, send a message about travel planning. In India, it's like places like Make My Trip, Clear Trip. But here what it does is it actually has given me a full itinerary for 10 days. I can probably make it 3 days. I can make it 4 days. I can ask for those changes and then talk to GPT-4 and then get those changes done. And now maybe, I don't want Dubai. I want to go to a different place like Malaysia, Singapore. It's just a single message and I can send it. It's not a travel planner where I have to get a code and then I have to ask for another change, and they might get annoyed because I'm asking for a lot of changes. I might have a lot of conditions, like I want to go to a mosque, I want to go for prayer. So a lot of things are there. So this is not easily for me. It's not easy for me to ask a travel planner or probably the traditional human travel planner. But with GPT-4, even with GPT-4 that is not connected to internet, I can definitely ask this thing, and this is mind blowing. So the first job, travel planner, absolutely great task. The second one is a developer. Now, a lot of people know for sure programmers cannot be replaced. I wish programmers cannot be replaced because that's what is funding my life. But One thing you know for sure is there is a huge difference between a programmer who just takes an order and then executes it in the code. Like you tell a programmer to do something and the programmer is going to do something. For example, you've got a junior front-end developer and all the junior front-end developer has to do is create an SVG button that is blue in color. Okay, that's what they have to do. If that is the kind of junior developer we are talking, and it is in every domain, it's not just in front-end, it's in data engineering, it's in data science. Everywhere you have got a junior developer who just takes a request from a human being, probably like superior tech lead, and then executes it. Let's see what ChatGPT or GPT-4 in this case does. Okay, I'm going to say, I want you to create a SVG button. I want the button to have a nice blue color. Blue color like peacock. Okay, and I want the button to be okay. I think that's enough. I want you to create an SVG button. I want the button to have a nice blue color. Give me a gradient sky blue to peacock blue if possible. Let's see. So we have asked for an SVG button. Okay, it cannot give me the SVG, but because it's a text-based environment, quite obvious, but it can give us the code. So it can give us the code which we can use within our HTML file. And let's see what it can. In fact, it has given me an HTML file in itself. That's amazing. You can copy paste this code into an HTML to see the button. It has given me the HTML code. It's actually writing the HTML code. And here is the SVG code. We can just copy paste this SVG code and then see how it looks. Or if you want, you can copy paste the entire HTML code and then see how it looks like. And as you can see, the SVG code has started. It is in fact trying to have a gradient. That's a good thing. So one thing for sure is it didn't say, I am a large language model, I could not do this thing. Okay, it didn't say that. And it seems like it is doing some job. Most likely it might work out. Let's see our luck if it works out. But if it manages to work out, then I think it's another amazing thing. Like I don't know how much time people would usually code for this kind of task, but we have this code ready in a few minutes or few seconds as I was talking. I'm going to copy this code. I have an SVG viewer open. Go here, paste it. Okay, that's it. We have got a gradient. As you can see, we have got a gradient. Now, you know what, like I don't like this color. I can go and ask for a different color, and it's quite possible. I think that is the flexibility that GPT-4 and ChatGPT is giving. I can literally go and ask for something different. For example, I can go and say, can you make it a red gradient? Okay, so it's going to change the code to make it a red gradient. I know if you are a developer, you might find it slightly easier to go to a color picker, pick a hex color for red from two different levels, and then paste it in the same code. That's also possible, but also it's possible that some developers would say, oh, probably this would require half a day for me to do it. Now, you don't have that excuse, because you can literally use ChatGPT or GPT-4 particularly, and then you can do it, because GPT-4 is actually so good in programming. You cannot, like, I'm super impressed that this is ready, and it's part of a front-end code development. I don't say that this is exactly what front-end code development is, but you can see that it is part of front-end code development, and it is the code is ready for us. Like, we can just literally copy the code and then start using the code. So once we finish this, the third thing that we are going to do is we are going to ask for a social media content creator. So we are going to ask GPT-4 to be our social media content creator, and then let's see how well it can be the social media content creator that we want it to be. Okay, the button is ready. I'm going to go copy this, go to my SVG, paste it. We have got successfully an SVG designed by ChatGPT GPT-4 that has a red gradient button. That's amazing. We can try a different programming language if you have any other question. Like, for example, we have already tried to make a website. I might probably make a dedicated video where I try to develop a website, but this is a really good junior developer. Like, this is honestly a good junior developer. And the problem you would have only when let's say there is some new product that's been launched after 2021 and you need to interface with the API. Maybe ChatGPT and GPT-4 wouldn't do, no, because the data is stuck with 2021. But for every programming language that's till 2021, I think this is really good enough. So the third thing that we want to do is social media content creator. So for this, I want to do a slightly different thing. Let's say that I have a blog post like this. Okay, so I have this blog post. I want to copy this blog post. It's quite big for me to copy. Okay, let me copy this. And I'm going to go paste it. I'm going to say make one Twitter tweet, 2 LinkedIn post, and an idea for an Insta post on the following. Paste it. So we have asked for 1 tweet, 2 LinkedIn post, and idea for 1 Insta post from this. Okay, so we have got the first tweet. It says AI, it's with an emoticon as well. AI hallucinations. Did you know that AI can generate false confident blah 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 blah? And hashtag tweet successful. LinkedIn post, we're going to get the LinkedIn post again with emoticons. People on LinkedIn like emoticons maybe. Talks about hallucination. How fittingly it talks about hallucination. And we have got the first LinkedIn post. And the next thing is we are going to get the second LinkedIn post. And we want, what have we asked? We have asked for idea for an Instagram post. So I assume that GPT-4 would understand that when I said Insta post, it is looking for an Instagram post. A human would understand, but let's see if GPT-4 can understand that I'm actually looking. It understood that we are looking for an Instagram post. Okay, we have the caption and it is giving me an image, a visually striking illustration of or infographic that highlights key points about AI hallucinations, such as their definitions, examples, and the prominence of issue with the large language models. Amazing. So what does a typical social media content creator would do? There might be a product launch, there might be an existing content, and their responsibility is to communicate this to the external world through social media. That's what social media content creators would do. And GPT-4 has done a tremendous job in coming up with not just one post, one tweet, one LinkedIn post, another LinkedIn post, and an Instagram post idea. And I think this is quite amazing. The amazing thing about AI is not that it just operates at a human level, but it can operate at scale. Like I can literally ask for 10 and it will give me 10. I can ask for 20, ask it in a different style. Like for example, I can say, I just want one tweet in let's say which style, in a style, in a cartoonic style. Is there a style like cartoon? I just want one in the style of Mark Twain. Just want one tweet. Okay, so I'm asking for only one tweet in the style of Mark Twain. So it says, if truth is stranger than fiction, AI hallucinations are stranger still. And these digital daydreams spin yarns from thin air, leaving us to ponder, do machines dream in tall tales? Amazing. Mark Twain wisdom. Okay, can you use some Harry Potter example for the same? Okay, let's see if it can use the Harry Potter. Even the wizarding world of Harry Potter hashtag can't conjure up stories as strange as AI hallucination. Just imagine a chatbot claiming Dumbledore's beard is neon pink when it has never seen the lights of Hogwarts. Magical mischief or a machine's imagination. Quite brilliant. Like, I don't need a social media content creator if I have a social media content creator this good. Third job, done and dusted. Now, the next one I wanted to highlight here is I wanted to talk about technical content writer. So now what does a technical content writer do? Whenever there is a product launch and whenever there is, let's say, a product, they write technical documentation, they write support documentation, they write internal knowledge base articles. So what I want to do now is I want to create like a technical blog post titling for a particular product. And here what we are going to do is we are going to pick a product and then we are going to ask it to write a technical article. And the product here is we are going to just explain the product. The product that we are going to ask it is we have a new product that has been launched that's called play.ht. So it's a voice cloning application. I really wanted to make a video about it, but let's say we have a launch. I'm going to copy this entire thing, okay, until this, and I'm going to go to GPT-4 and I'm going to paste it. I want you to write a product documentation based on this. I can say that the readers are potential customers. Okay, so I just pasted this entire thing which I got from Hacker News, which is a new product launch, and then I pasted it, and then says I asked for a technical product documentation based on this, and the readers are the potential customers, and it is going to give me the title, and you can see that it has already started writing the article. See, it has almost completed this technical article, and in fact it has taken the links from the actual place like where they launched this product, and the same links, and then it is asking people to view those links like if they want something, and you can see that it is quite a really good written article. Like I'm not a technical writer to evaluate like how good it is, but I can see that it has got this title, it has got in synopsis, and it has got topics and subtopics, and it has got all these essential items. And because we have already given the links, it's not hallucinating the link. Like you can literally click the link and then see what is there. So it's not hallucinating with the links also because we have given the links. So this is again a very good thing, because now we don't need a technical writer, because it can do a really great job. Now you can ask it to have a different tone, more professional tone, more consulting tone, more humorous tone. So you can all ask all those things. So 4 jobs done. The 5th one is a teaching assistant. What do I mean by a teaching assistant? Let's say I want to learn a new topic. Sometimes I want somebody to explain it to me in such a way that it's easier for me to learn. I want them to give me a learning path. Okay. So let's say I want to learn something completely new that is available in this paper. So there is this new paper. It talks about ChatGPT or Grammarly evaluating ChatGPT on grammatical error correction benchmark. So I've got this paper, and let's say I'll just give the abstract. I can just give the abstract and ask GPT-4 and to say, can you just explain, like I'm 5, what's on this paper? As you see that my prompting skills are quite poor. Just literally like pasting and then asking it like I'm asking question. So it's saying, imagine you have a smart robot friend named ChatGPT that can talk to it. Actually literally thought I'm 5. Okay, maybe that's where human beings would differ, because they would know that this is a phrase or saying. You don't have to actually explain it to 5-year-old, but that's okay. That can talk to you and help with your homework. People made this robot to be really good at answering questions you ask. They wanted to see if ChatGPT could help fix grammar mistakes in your writing, like a helper tool called Grammarly. So they tested ChatGPT with some examples and found out that it doesn't do well as Grammarly or other helper tools, especially for long sentences. But ChatGPT sometimes does more than just grammar fixing. It changes the way sentences look and sound while keeping them correct. Some people looked at what ChatGPT did and found out that it doesn't make as many mistakes as other tools when fixing grammar. Okay. Now this is an amazing description of this paper. Let's say this is a paper, that's fine. Now maybe I want to learn a very interesting concept that I have no clue about. Okay. Let's say, why do we think that wormholes might be our way for interstellar travel? Okay. So why do we think wormholes might be our way for interstellar travel? Okay. Now it's still trying to play the same role, because I said explain like I'm 5. Imagine you are playing in a big park. You want to get to the other side quickly. Instead of walking all the way around, you find a secret tunnel that takes you there in a few steps. That's kind of like how a wormhole works in space. works in space. Wormholes are like secret tunnels in space that connects two different faraway places. Scientists think they might exist because of the math in something called Einstein's theory of general relativity, and it explains me all the details. I think this is another huge potential. Like, if I were going to hire a teaching assistant in any subject, like I teach a lot of subjects like business analytics, data science, and a lot of times I use students as teaching assistant. But now with ChatGPT, I don't have to have a teaching assistant because people can just go literally ask questions here. Like I can start a new chat so that it comes out of the character. I can say, why do we need A/B testing while launching a new product? So it's a very simple question. Why do we need A/B testing while launching a new product? This is a question that I've asked a lot of people during interviews, in fact. So it's also known as split testing. It's a crucial component of launching a new product because it helps business make blah 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 blah. And the main thing is A/B testing involves comparing two or more version of a product. So now this is the question not even a lot of great professionals answer very easily, but I would expect my teaching assistant to help other students. Or if I were to learn something new, I would expect my teaching assistant to explain it to me so that I can learn. And I think that is exactly where GPT-4 can make a huge difference, because now you have got a GPT-4 powered like some teaching assistant that has like the entire knowledge of the world until 2021, and I can literally ask questions about whatever I am learning without even setting a context. I'm not asking it to I'm not asking it to pretend like a teacher. I'm not saying anything, but I can have this teaching assistant with me, and this is quite amazing. So what do we conclude with? We conclude that 5 jobs, the jobs that we just discussed starting from the start: a travel planner, a junior developer, a social media content creator, a technical writer, and a teaching assistant. I think all these jobs will take a huge hit because of GPT-4, especially because GPT-4 is really, really good. Like when you compare it with GPT 3.5, GPT-3, I think since GPT-4 has come out, it can do all these tasks really amazing. And the fact that you get this with the ChatGPT Plus subscription for $20 per month, while you can do all these roles, I think it's mind blowing. And the fact that these jobs can replace people much effectively, because these things can do things at scale which humans cannot do, and you can converse with this, and then you can ask for more iterations. I think it makes it ridiculously good in replacing these 5 jobs. I'm not sure what kind of societal impact it might have, but please let me know, what do you think about particularly these 5 roles? Do you think ChatGPT or GPT-4 will replace these jobs? Are you part of these roles? I'm a developer, so I don't get a good feel about this thing. But see you in the next video. Happy prompting.